You're right there, guys. Right, so me and Mike here for the second game in the slow grow. So because Will's not here, I'm recording it. So you get to listen to my lovely voice. And obviously I've got this Muppet with me with his Tyranids. Still got my Chaos, we're still working on them. So 12.50 again. I would imagine you've already watched Rob and Will's batrep. So yeah, if not, go back watch it. It's a good game. So let's see what we've brought and what we're adding this month and see how the game goes. So we're starting with Chaos because Chaos is awesome and I have an absolute shit ton of new units. So I've got myself a Sorcerer. He came under the level 2 paint standard, so nicely done. It'll be rolling on Malefic because I managed to get myself some Bloodlayers who are hiding in there, painted up. So some extra painting points for those for one spawning unit a month. I've still got the 5 Chaos Marines and the Rhino. They are existing. Just the 1 metal gun in there that time. My second troop will obviously be the Obliterators. That is a new unit of them. So 3 of them. Then I've got Predator. Slung him in because I wanted a Predator. I don't know why I wanted a Predator, but I wanted a Predator. And that's just autocannon heavy bolters. And I got some Spawn because Spawn. Everyone loves Spawn. And that's a combined arms detachment. So obviously the Obliterators are troops in Iron Warriors. And yeah. And then I've got the Hellforged Warpack. So I have to have a Warpsmith. So that's the Tech Marine down there. He is a stock Warpsmith. And I've got 2 Forge Fiends who both have the Ectoplasma Cannon on the head and 2 Hades autocannons. And then obviously the Hellbrute who has his Plasma Cannon and Power Fist. So that is my 12.50. It's very, very small, and it's got a lot of bugs to kill. Let's go look at the bugs. So, here we go. All the bugs. He outnumbers me like 2.5 to 1. So, for HQs, stinky, dirty Flyerants at the back. Both Devourers, double Devourers. He hasn't rolled his Powers or his Warlord trait just yet, so we'll see what he gets for those when the game starts. For his troops, Big Mama Tervigan and 30 baby Gaunts. So just a few Gaunts, not too many. And then we've got a unit of Warriors, 2 Death Spitters, 1 Venom Cannon. Moving on from that, we have 1 Venom Thrope, 2 Venom Thropes, 3 Venom Thropes. So lots of Shrouded. In the middle there, we've got a Carnifex with Mordaka, 2 Devourers. They're obviously all Brain Leech Worm. And just to top it off, the 2 Biovores at the back there. So some Bombardment and some Large Pie, which he won't have for long, but Large Pie will be enjoyed from now on.
Nom,
right,
nom, nom.
On to the game and deployment. So the Predator looks on down the field as a horde of Tyranid bugs comes towards him. So we are deployed. So Chaos won the deployment. We rolled up Cloak and Shadow, which is Hammer and Anvil, with 3 objectives each turn, keeping them secret. So this is my deployment. I chose this side and deployed first. So I've got my Forge Fiend anchoring either side, Hellbrute off to one side with the Rhino in the middle. The Rhino is containing the Sorcerer, the Warpsmith from the Hellforged Warpack, and the 5 Marines. So bonuses from the Warpack. Both my Forge Fiends will get to use their Demon Forge every turn. And my Hellbrute gains a 4-up Invon save. And when the Hellbrute is destroyed, my Forge Fiends gain Rage. So, yay! Charge your Forge Fiends! So, yep, Predator in the rear. Obliterate is up on the hill, so they've got a good vantage point. And then far on the other side here, I have my Spawn. So my plan is to do plan things. I'm going to shoot and charge with the Spawn. And generally have a good game. Should be interesting. The Tyranids have deployed a load of bugs. So both high Tyrants at the back, as you would expect. They're trying to avoid the turn 1 shooting, as the Iron Warriors have first turn. Tervigan out in the middle, but there are plenty of Venom Thropes around, so he will have at least a 3-up cover save. 5-up for intervening, plus a Shrouded, and we have rolled Night Fight, so he will get a tasty 2-up behind those Termagants. We have a Carnifex cowering behind the woods with all his tiny little arms, backed up by the Warriors didn't know what to do with themselves, so they kind of just hid over in the flank there near objective 3. So, What's your plans?
Die!
Die horribly?
Yes.
That sounds good to me. Right, so, do you want to try and seize the initiative?
I will try and seize the initiative.
Oh, let's see if you can be someone. No, not quite.
So close to no cigar.
On with Iron Warriors turn 1. So on a side note, we've got Psychic Powers. This one has Warp Blast and Horror. So pinning at -2 leadership and powerful psychic shooting. Tervagan rolled up Warp Blast. Could be good. And the one over there has Onslaught and Paroxysm. So some debuffs and some run and shoot. That's some nice psychic powers for the Tyranids. Let's go have a look at the... Oh, one other thing. I am going to shatter defense this piece of tree. So the trees are slightly less viable. -1 to their cover save for the rest of the game. Thanks to my Warpsmith. Let's go have a look at my Sorcerer's powers. So, Mr. Sorcerer is apparently some friends with demons, but I didn't bring many demons to actually summon, seeing as it's a slow grow. He rolled up on Malefic, so he rolled all his powers there. So we got Summoning, allowing me to summon every lesser demon. And then he rolled Incursion, allowing me to summon the better demons, and Possession, allowing me to summon greater demons. So I want to summon some demons with him, apparently. He'll probably blow his brains out, though. So we'll see how that goes. On to the game, turn 1. And so it begins. So, most stuff advanced up. This Forge Fiend walked up into the woods. Hellbrute just moved up forward. Spawn moved and ran to get onto that objective. Forge Fiend moved up into the woods. And the Rhino successfully immobilised itself on this tree. Great going. Almost rolled a 6 to repair itself. Unfortunate. But didn't quite do it. It just rolled off the rock. The Obliterators moved forward to actually get their plasma cannons in range. And the Predator stayed still. So there was no Psychic because I can't summon stuff out of a Rhino and I'm too scared to get out just yet. So I went straight to shooting. Started with that run, obviously, to get the spawn on that objective. And then pretty much everything, absolutely everything, shot the Termagants. And how many did I kill, Mike?
8.
8 Termagants dead. The autocannon on the Predator was in range, not the head bottles, but it killed 2. Yeah, so it's a start. There's like 22 left to go. No first blood. Score-wise, I got objective marker 5 and 4, and discarded domination. So, with a good intro, let's go on to Tyranid, turn 1. So, the Tyranid onslaught begins. So, everything moved forward. As you can expect, the Flyer Ants went full pelt pretty much to get up and in range. Limited range on Devourers, so they did need to move up pretty quickly. Termagants, what was left of them, moved quite quickly. They ran and then shot thanks to a psychic power of Onslaught, which is pretty nice, so I'll get to that in a moment. Big Mama birthed out 17 Termagants, but rolled a double 6, so that's pretty damn good going, to be honest.
Yeah, I was expecting triple 1, to be fair.
We were both expecting triple 1. Dak effects moved up there, and that lowly Velenthrope just kind of plodded along. So, on with Psychic, what we start with. We had a Paroxysm down on the Hellbrutes, the hero's weapon skill, but skill 2. Brilliant. We had Onslaught on these guys, which allowed them to run and shoot, which was pretty useful actually.
That was it.
And that was it, because he only rolled a 1 for the dice pool. So into shooting, these guys obviously ran, they moved up, shot the spawn. The warriors who had moved up shot the spawn. That Flyer Ant shot the spawn. That Flyer Ant shot the spawn. And the Dak effect shot the spawn. So the spawn, down to the last dice roll, just died. Literally only just on the last dice roll. So yeah, the Biovores didn't shoot the spawn. They shot at the Obliterators, but scattered and hit the Rhino, which was nothing. Yes. So he didn't even get some spawn mines. So with that, he scored Hold the Line with the Termagants he spawned, the Biovores and that lowly Velenthrope, and discarded Demolitions, because I didn't bring a house with me, basically. So on to Iron Warriors turn 2. So, Iron Warriors turn 2. Fire begins again. So, movement phase. Everything sort of moved up. Forge Fiend stayed where they were. Predator stayed where it is. Obliterators moved back onto objective marker 2, and these guys got out. So, in the psychic phase, I attempted to blow my sorcerer's head off by summoning some demons. I failed to summon, but I didn't perils. Which is like amazing when you throw 5 dice and don't roll a double. Then everything sort of moved up. The Forge Fiend, the dudes in the woods plus the Rhino, and the Predator shot these termagants. Oh, and Hellbrute, who got hot but didn't hurt himself, unfortunately. Who then charged into these. I'm still whittling away, but there's still more termagants on the board than when he started. So he'll grind them for the rest of the game. Otherwise, this Forge Fiend murdered those warriors up there with the demon forges. And the Obliterators fired las cannons at this Flyrant. He jinked, but I didn't hit him. So that was an interesting shooting phase. Combat, I killed like another 3 termagants. Oh, yes, what was that killed the Venom Thrope? Oh no, it was this Forge Fiend.
That one.
This Forge Fiend, he didn't shoot the termagants. He killed and murdered that Venom Thrope with Hades autocannons. Just a lucky no save, instant death. So with that, it's onto the Horde, turn 2. Right, Tyranids on their turn 2. Tyrant flies down, faces off against the Obliterators. Just a Forge Fiend in the bum. And misses everything because he was snap firing. So, yeah, good Hive Tyrant. So, rest of the turn. Pretty much almost everything moved up. These guys moved and ran an inch. That Penethrope moved, run. That one moved and ran. He moved and ran. 5 more still, I think. They nudged up. Yeah. This Flyrant flew down here. In the psychic phase, this one cast. No, nothing at all.
No, he cast on the Obliterators. They passed the leadership.
Oh yeah, he cast Horror on them. So pinning test at -2, but they passed. This one cast Paroxysm on the Hellbrute and managed to get it off and roll a 3. So weapon skill 1 Hellbrute, yay! And Horror on the Onslaught on the Carnifex, sorry, which allowed him to run. So in the shooting phase, that Carnifex and that Tyrant shot the Marines that are in here, put a wound on the Sorcerer and wiped out the Marines. That's pleasant of them, wasn't it? He didn't want to kill my Rhino. I asked him to. He's like, yeah, kill the Rhino. It's not. It's deadly. Yeah, honestly, kill the Rhino. Otherwise, that was pretty much it for his turn.
You didn't just wound to the Gaunts.
The Gaunts in combat, I hit once and rolled a 1 to wound. So, yeah. So the Horde is advancing, and there's still more models on the board than he started. But we'll see how turn 3 goes for the Iron Warriors. Oh, score-wise, what did you score?
I scored objective 3.
Objective 3, that Venom Thrope. So, steady, but not great. No. We'll see what happens in turn 3 for the Iron Warriors. So, as the Iron Warriors get closer and closer to those Tyranids, they get more and more nervous. More and more bullets go flying. So, movement-wise, Tech Marine got in the Rhino and fixed it, so it can on the move again. Sorcerer moved up to next to this tree here. Otherwise, that was it. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of movement. So, on to Psychic, and the Sorcerer succeeded in blowing his own brains out and summoned some Bloodletters, which is absolutely brilliant. I'd rather have Bloodletters over a Sorcerer any day. Shooting wise was pretty successful. Obviously I repaired the Rhino immobilised result, so it turboed into the woods and didn't immobilise itself again, which is brilliant. This Forge Fiend sniped something. No, he shot the Carnifex and did 3 wounds, so that Carnifex is down to a single wound. That Forge Fiend sniped the Venom Thrope that was on marker 3 in the open, because I had overwhelming firepower, so I wanted to get that victory point. The Bloodletters ran to spread out, got a whole 6 inches. The Predators backed up onto the other side of marker 1 just to stop this Tyrant getting behind him. He then snap-fired everything at the Tyrant to no effect. The Obliterators then morphed twinning plasma guns and forced this Tyrant to jink again and only did a wound, but he passed his grounding test. And then it was on to the mighty combat. So, the Hellbrute, with his weapon skill 1, hit twice and killed 2 termagants. Mighty. So, score-wise, I got Ascendancy and overwhelming firepower, and I rolled a 3 for Ascendancy. So, on to Tyranids turn 3. So, Tyranid turn 3, and these two changed places.
Change places.
So, movement-wise, these guys all moved up. The Carnifex nudged up. And then into the Psychic, pretty much I'd say those two changed places. So not an eventful movement. The Bivalves moved into the woods to get better line of sight on stuff. And then, yeah, Psychic, got Paroxysm on the Hellbrute again, but only -1, so he's hitting on 4s, and I never roll a 3 anyway, so nothing of note. And then this Tyrant killed the Forge Fiend by shooting it in the ass. So, not pleasant. Forge Fiend just got taken in the ass by bugs.
Yes.
Which is not family friendly. This one over here was snap firing because it jinked again, because and then did a whole point to the Rhino. Psychic wise, he cast a Warp Blast, missed the Forge Fiend, and Paroxysm obviously, and that was about it, I believe. And then yeah, so the Bivalves, the Carnifex, the Mummer. Yeah. And 2 of these Termagants who finished off the last Bloodletter, so all the Bloodletters are gone. Damn Termagants being free and everything. I want more free units. So yeah, the Chaos are getting like murdered. I've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 models on the board. Still a little outnumbered, I think. But I am ahead on points, so let's see if I can point blank just survive.
Yes.
So on to Iron Warriors turn 4. So, for the Iron Warriors, a turn of epic proportions. So these guys stay still. He stayed still. He stayed still. He moved over there. Techmarine failed to repair the Rhino, and the Rhino also sort of failed to immobilise itself again. So I didn't kill myself, which is good if you're not Khorne. So yeah, so the Rhino's all the way over here now. Something moved. Honestly. So, the epic shooting phase.
Killed the Carnifex.
Yeah, this Forge Fiend burped at the Carnifex and killed it with his plasma cannon. The Predator failed to kill the Carnifex, despite it being on 1 bloody wound.
Yes.
Predators are worthless, by the way. And then these guys shot assault cannons at this Flyrant and failed to do anything. Got 2 hits, no wounds. In combat, I killed 3 Termagants, again, no 3s. So being weapon skill 4 doesn't matter, I can be weapon skill 3 all day long. So yeah, as I said, turn of epic proportions, bugger all happened. I did not score anything at that point, and I discarded marker 3 because it's way over there, and I'm not going to get it. So, on with Tyranids turn 4. So, on with the Tyranid bombardment, they well outnumber me here. So, Tervigan moved and ran up to get to that marker there, but was just shy. Both Flyrants turned back. This Flyrant here wrecked that Rhino, and Techmarine, or Warpsmith, fell out of it and is pinned. Muppet. This big unit along the back conga lined out to hold number 6 for Ascendancy. Venomprobe just nudged up. So, with his shooting, Biome of Ores, epic shooting. So we'll do that last. Flyrant wrecked the Rhino, obviously. This Flyrant Warp Lanced in the Psychic phase into the Forge Fiend and actually managed to do a whole point. Like, Warp Lance actually hit something.
It did a thing!
It did the thing. And then he wrecked it with the Devourers in the shooting phase, getting like 4 6s to glance, which is ridiculous. And then the Bivalves chucked their Spore Mines all the way onto the Obliterators and did 3 wounds. Like, what? 2 up armor, toughness 4, AP 4 blast, strength 4, AP 4 blast, sorry, and you killed fucking 3 wounds. Who says turret armor works? Honestly. And then the Hellbrute killed 2 more Termagants. He rolled a 3 for once. It actually mattered, the Paroxysm. Which was cast again by that Flyrant, obviously. So, with that, I'm on to the try not to get tabled side of the game. So we'll see turn 5, Iron Warriors. Iron Warriors, turn 5, and this is a happy Hellbrute. Like, he's killed so many Termagants just from wailing on them. That's another 2 dead in the combat phase. That's an odd place to start, but that's the only significant note of this turn. This guy got up, he was pinned from falling out the stupid Rhino. So he chucked a crack grenade at the Flyrant, and missed, obviously. The Obliterators, twinning plasma guns, managed to land a hit on the Flyrant, but rather 1 to wound. And the Predator shot up at them and did nothing. epic turn of epic proportions. I have no idea what I scored, but I don't think I scored anything. No, I didn't score anything. So, on to Tyranid turn 5. Let's hope it ends. So, the Tyranid potential final turn, turn 5. And things have moved up. So, the Flyrants, they swung over here and did stuff. The Biovores who are out of Synapse range found their initiative behaviour and went to ground, which was kind of nice for me, because then I'm not getting pied by them. Not that it matters. The Hellbrute killed a Termagant.
No, I didn't even kill one.
Didn't he kill one? No, he hit once and rolled a 1. Yay! Psychic Phase, he failed Paroxysm, he cast... No, what did he cast?
I failed Paroxysm, I cast Warp Lance against the Predator.
Yeah, you cast Warp Lance against...
I missed.
He crashed somehow though. How did he crash?
Oh, perils.
He perils on something.
That was the... Oh yeah, pinning the...
Oh, he pinned them with the horror.
Yeah.
So these guys are now pinned, completely forgetting what happened because it was so much fun. Having a right old laugh here. So he fell out this guy, took a wound, and now he's down to 1. So he charged. These two both shot the Warpsmiths, but failed to do any damage because he was 2 up armor. Charged in, did a wound, and the Warpsmith failed to do the last wound with his power axe. So
I thought I was dead, but I live.
yes.
I live.
So close. So let's see if the game ends. It doesn't. It's a free. It carries on till turn 6. So epic turn 6. I score nothing. These guys twirling las cannons at the Warlord Flyrant, failed to hit. This shot the Termagant, failed to wound with everything. And then I killed 2 Termagants. And in this combat, another wound on the Tech Marine, and nothing back from the Power Axe. You think Strength 5 would have finished that fucking wound? Oh dear. So on to Tyranid turn 6. Right, Tyranid turn 6. After I have been failing for the last couple of turns, he moves up nice and close to this Predator. Still not in combat, so he just moved and ran thinking he can get Line Breaker, but he's still quite a bit out. Biovores passed their Instinct behaviour, or well, the Tyrant flew over there, pied these, didn't do any damage. Everything else just moved and ran up.
Got Warlord.
This guy butchered the Warpsmith, finally. And obviously he just flew over there for the Synapse. This guy was free! Freedom! He killed all the Termagants. I'm tempted just to turn charging into those Termagants for a laugh.
But does the game continue?
Yeah, does the game continue to turn 7? It does. Iron Warriors turn 7. Right, some poor luck on my final turn has probably just turned it. So I scored marker 1 for the first point I scored in the 3 turns. The Hellbrute just moved through the woods, fired its plasma cannon at the Termagant, missed, hit the Venom Throat bit, didn't wound. The Predator put a wound on it, and then twinning plasma guns put 3 wounds on it. That was my turn. These guys only rolled a 2-inch terrain move, so they were out of assault range. He was out of assault range, and obviously that can't assault. So I left the Termagant on 1 bloody wound. I had Assassinate in my hand as well, so it is unfortunate, but we'll see how the Tyranid turn 7 goes. So, we've returned home. Sorry you're not getting the final turn of the Tyranids. We had a slight battery problem, as in it ran out.
Yeah, the battery ran out.
So we've returned. On the final Tyranid turn, pretty much all that happened was your Flyrants shot the Hellbrute in the back, and the Termagant assaulted the Predator.
But failed to do anything to it.
Yeah, it didn't scratch it. Immune Predator! Fucking crap. So yeah, the game ended 14-10 to the Tyranids.
Yep, 14-10.
So, it was a pretty good game. What were your thoughts?
Florence are nasty.
Yes. That said, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the Flyrant in the new edition.
Yeah.
Especially now that they've released twinning weapons doing double shots instead of just reroll to hit.
But then there's no longer flying.
Yeah, so Twinning Devourer's firing 12 shots for 1, so 24 shots per Flyrant.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty mad, but your Flyrants aren't flying.
Yeah, so it could... Wait and see.
Otherwise, for me, there was a few turns in the middle of the game where I wasn't scoring any points. At the start of the game, I wasn't confident about the game, to be honest, because this month I really used just to cram all the extra crap I've painted into my list to be like, painting points.
Yeah, the Tyranids victory surprised me because I always lose against him.
Always. It's rare you beat me, but yes. So yeah, I mean, I'll bring a proper list next month. I'm putting in my new Demon Prince, who you've probably already seen on Will's channel. So yeah, it was a good game. 4-point victory ahead to you.
Oh, which is just every turn, just a few points here and there, really.
Yeah, it was that mid game where I wasn't scoring. Basically, did that. So yeah, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you for the next ones. Bye.
Okay then, thanks a lot for shooting that for us, guys. Looks like you had good fun and it was a good game. Anyway, let's take a look at the scores after the 4th month. So looking at the armies from the first game first, if you want to see the batrep of that, then click the link in the description. So first up we've got Rob's Tau. He's got 3 new units, all at level 2, and he won the game, and that gives him a total of 10 points for this month. So a nice, good, solid score for Rob there. I, however, didn't do quite so well points-wise. Only 2 new units, although the Venom was level 3, and losing the game gives me only 7 points and makes me, unfortunately, the lowest scorer this month. Mike did pretty well with his NIDs, only 2 new units, but he won the game, giving him a total of 8 points. And finally Sam, who went on a bit of a painting blitz, adding 6, 7, 8 lots, hundreds of new units it felt like, although the spawn were really basically painted, which cost him a point there, but yeah, 13 painting points this month, giving him a total of 15 points despite not winning the game. And as you can see, Sam has now taken the lead. All those units he painted up gave him so many points this month. He's pushed me down into 2nd slot, although it's still pretty close with only 2 points between us. Mike and Rob a little bit further down, but certainly not out of touch yet. Anyway, going forward, we are looking to step up the pace on this a little bit now, because we want to get it finished before 8th edition drops in about a month's time. So this month there was a very long delay in getting one of the games played. We're hoping that's not going to happen again. The plan is that by the time this video is up, we'll only be about 24 hours out from playing the first game of month 5, and then looking to squeeze month 6 in just before 8th edition drops. So stay tuned for that, and thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.